Alrighty, y'all, so I am back with another video. I did want to come in here and basically go over the trade from yesterday. I'm trying to remain consistent in making these trading recap videos because honestly I haven't really been journaling, so I want to make sure at least I'm doing video recaps, and hopefully this content can maybe help you guys. So anywho, on this particular trade, so this is a trade that I made with on Top Step X. So actually yesterday I actually did lose. My overall analysis was correct, but my execution was not where it needed to be yesterday. So guess we'll just go ahead and get into it. So basically I had this 1 hour trend line marked up right here, and I had drawn out my Fibonacci levels, which are represented by these blue light blue price labels right here. Can't get that out. And so just to kind of show what that looks like, so basically this is what I did from the lower low to the lower high. I mean to the higher high, the higher low to the higher high. And I did have, I am marking this up on the 15-minute chart, but this was marked up on the 1 hour chart originally. So that's where I got my levels from, if you can kind of see right there. And so basically I was looking for price to push down into these levels. But when I got in, and that was from the night before because I marked up the chart the night before. So my anticipation was that, again, price would move down and kind of go through all these Fibonacci levels back down to this 1 hour order block, which price ultimately did. However, you can see right there at 8:45, price pushed above my basically my stop loss here. So trying to remember here. So basically when I came in, I did see this 15-minute break of structure and price pushed down, but as it did, we were sitting here in an oversold position right here at the 10. Price then, closed above my 5 SMA, and so typically that is when I would be looking for a buy, if you will. So let me go down to the 5-minute chart here. So this is what I was looking at. So yes, there was a 15-minute break of structure here, but also too had this 5-minute trend line that was developing here. So price had moved down, but then had came up. So that's what then kind of, I guess, threw me off, or just made me think that, okay, well, maybe I should switch my bias, and maybe we're going up in price, because again, this was the 1 hour order, 1 hour trend line. And we were oversold on the 5-minute and on the 15-minute, and then we did get that close above the 5 SMA. So essentially I was looking for a buy position at that point in time. So got into a buy right here, and as you can kind of see, I guess this was right at 8:30 is when I got into this buy. And let me make sure. Yeah, so basically, actually now I'm kind of confused because it looks like maybe I got into the sell first and then got knocked out, and then got into another buy and pushed up. So maybe I should have watched the video again. But basically there was all this commotion. It was chopping up. So from what it looks like right here is that I initially did the sell. Yeah, okay, now it's coming back to me. So yeah, initially I did the sell. I think my stop loss was, so it must have been this trade right here. So basically I got into the sell right here, but was knocked out. So got into the sell on this candlestick, and then price looks like it pushed up and then came down. And essentially basically, in short, I was knocked out of the trade, having entered into that sell. Because again, initially that's what I was looking for with the 15-minute break of structure, is that we would be getting into sells. But what we had is that we had price push above that higher high right there, right here. And as you can kind of see, my stop loss was right here. So I had used this as this high right here, or this lower high, I guess, if you're going on that trend line, as my stop loss placement. So I quickly was knocked out of that trade, basically on this candlestick right here. So price knocked me out, then it came back down, and then it ultimately pushed on up right there. And because even though I have these marked up here, it was kind of marked up in the way that kind of trade locker does, because it's a little confusing kind of seeing what transpired. But basically I got chopped up in here initially, like, because I can't necessarily remember. And then I remember getting into this buy right here, and then I took profit right here, because basically I was trying to recoup whatever I had made right here, or sorry, whatever I had lost right here. So, and I remember, I believe, partialing out, so that's why this is a little confusing. Oh, okay, I kind of see now, because I think this was the sell. Yeah, this is very confusing the way that they kind of have it written on here, but marked off here. So maybe I got into the buy right here after the sell, and then partialed out right there. So I don't really know, to be honest. Basically, in synopsis, I thought we were going for sells based off of the 15-minute break of structure. Price ran, I guess, all this liquidity up here before ultimately it just went ahead and crashed on down to my Fibonacci levels that I had marked up the night before, and then on into the 1 hour order block, 4 hour order block down there, and ultimately all the way down to this day order block, which you see right here. And it basically tapped that and then just shot on back up. So, and has been going up, ever since, and all day today. And today is Friday, and I didn't trade today, this morning. So that was basically the trade with Top Step X. Now, over here on my own personal account, I actually did take buys once price had pushed on down. So you can see that right there. So I opened up a position right here, represented by this line right here, and basically have been trailing that ever since. So and you can even see I did put in a trade, the same trade that I basically put in, or I guess I put in that buy. So after the sell on Top Step X, and I put the buy in on Top Step X, I also put in a buy on my own personal account, and then was quickly taken out of that trade. And then I guess down here, I tried to get into, was thinking, okay, well, maybe I can get into another sell trade right here. You can see 0.07 lots. And then I was quickly taken out of that as well. So that's when I was like, okay, let me get into a buy. And then I got into a buy right here off of this candlestick, off of this closure. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for a price to basically close above this 15-minute high, this 15-minute lower high, which price gave me right there. And then that's when I went ahead and got in. And you could see that price had been oversold on this 15-minute chart. And so basically that aligned with my rules overall. So basically being oversold at a 10 and the cross of the 5 SMA is pretty much my entry rules, if you will, on any chart. But it primarily should really be the 5 or the 1 minute chart. So anywho, got into that, and then also put in another entry once we crossed another lower high, on the 15-minute. I was trying to practice like scaling in. I'm still getting comfortable with that, but that's that's what that trade was right there. Got in for a 0.01 lot, and then prices continue to push on up, and right now I'm just trailing below the 15-minute lower high. So those were the two, or I guess those were the 2-3 trades that I took between my own account and the Top Step X account yesterday. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I came in here and kind of covered that. I know it may have been confusing. I was confused on what I did, but I do have the live videos of my live trades on the channel underneath the live tab, and so you can go back and you can watch those, given that, you know, you're a member, or I haven't like put it behind the paywall just yet. So anywho, I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.